Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright.
Okay, we got another thank God it's Tuesday. Sun's bright. It's so bright I can barely see you. Hopefully you can see me. And so what we want to talk about this morning is something that just inspires you. You know, every morning I listen to a little something that kind of gets me fired up. I don't know how you start your day. I don't know if there's something you go to, on a weekly basis to kind of get you inspired or motivated. So sometimes when I hear things, I want to bring things back to you so you guys can get inspired and motivated. And one of the things I was thinking about today, as I heard from one of my guys that I listen to, E.T., who I think is phenomenal, by the way, you need to check him out, is, when I grew up in South Florida, I remember going to South Beach in Miami, and we'd see all these fancy cars, man. We'd see Porsches and Maseratis and all these cars that are down there, and you wonder, man, how do these people get this money to get these cars? You know what I'm saying? But when you think about a Maserati and you think about how that car can ride and what it's made for, what comes to mind? Right? The speed, right? The agility, right? The performance, what it can do, right? And see, the thing is, if you take that car out in Miami, Florida, and you ride on I-95 going north towards Pompano Beach, you only go 70 miles an hour. But that car was made to go 150 miles an hour. You take that same car, you take it to Germany, get on the Autobahn, guess what? You can ride that thing out, can't you? You get that thing up to fifth, sixth gear, you can make it happen, right? But here's the reality, what I want to tell you is, just like that car, you're the same way. You're the same exact way, and I'm the same way. Sometimes we spend life stuck in third gear. See, we're made to go to sixth gear. See, we're made to go outside that comfort zone and to get into that uncomfortable zone, and sometimes even step our toe into that panic zone. See, because that's where the growth takes place. But in order to get yourself out of that comfort zone, okay, in order to do that, the pain to change can't exceed the pain to grow. Let me say that again now. When the pain to change no longer exceeds the pain to grow, you start to grow and get outside your comfort zone. What I mean by that is, wherever you're at right now, if you're comfortable and you don't like your situation, but it ain't that bad, you ain't gonna grow. Because the growth and the pain that you gotta go through to get better every day, to change, it doesn't exceed what you're currently in. But all of a sudden, when that pain that you're in right now is so great, is so bad, that marriage is so bad, that a job is so bad, you're tired of not getting the grades you need to get, it's so bad, right? And you want to get somewhere else, then you start to take action. So what I want to encourage you today is think about getting out of third gear, okay? Get out of third gear, get into sixth, make that thing fly. You're meant to drive in sixth gear. I don't know if you realize that or not, but see, some of you have never experienced at a third or fourth gear. That's where you stay. You hang out in third gear, cruising at about 40. And so whether it's fear, whether it's anxiety, whether it's nervousness, whether it's the unknown, you gotta push yourself, okay? Take that willpower and get out. But the thing is, in order to have that, you really and truly gotta have a why. You gotta have something that really gets you going, something that moves you, that makes you wanna do that, or you're never gonna do it. Like, for example, when I was young and coming up, and some of you've heard the story, I left when I was 18 years old, and I've never been home to reside. I've kind of been on my own since 18 years old. My why was I didn't want to go back home. See, because I was told that you ain't gonna do nothing, you ain't gonna become anything, you're not gonna grow, you're not gonna do what you want to do. And it first started off with football. And you know what? My parents were right. I wanted to be an NFL football player, but you know what? They were right. I never became an NFL football player. Now, maybe I bought into that. Maybe I subscribed to that, and maybe I believed it. But I know one thing, I didn't pay the price that I needed to become an NFL football player. But I know my why was I was not going home. I wasn't going home. You gotta have a why. You gotta have something that pushes you so far where you're like, it don't matter, I'm going for it. So what I want to encourage you this morning is get out of third gear, will you? Get out of third gear in your marriage. If you're talking about you got a crappy marriage, get out of third gear. Why don't you put it in fifth gear, sixth gear, seventh gear, and you hear the sirens? They're calling your name. Woo! They want you to get out of third gear, man. They're telling you right now, if you want your marriage better, if something's going on with your kids, something's going on with your education, something's going on at your employment, get out of third gear. Stop making excuses, get out of third gear, put it in fifth and sixth, because that's where you're gonna experience out of that comfort zone into the uncomfortable zone, and I dare you to get in that panic zone. You stretch like you wouldn't believe. Hey, thank God it's Tuesday, it's a wonderful day, it's a beautiful day. We've had rain here in Georgia for a long time, but right now the sun's out. Enjoy the day, thank God it's Tuesday.